Welcome to this week's School News. Today, we have a girls' basketball game against Jefferson. Good luck to all players. Wrestling practice is taking place in the Aux Gym and Tech Tuesday in Room 8 with Ms. Kennedy. Finally, if you are interested in being on the swim team, be sure to come to the interest meeting today in Room 115. FCCLA, the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America Club, is looking for enthusiastic members to be a part of the fun. The FCCLA Club meets after school on the first and third Tuesday of each month from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. in Room 320 with Miss Allen. The next meeting will be Tuesday, February 22nd. TAB will be meeting in the library this Wednesday. This week's Teacher Tuesday winner is 6th grade social studies teacher Miss Foley. This is what students say about her. She's an amazing history teacher and helps students reach their history goals. She is so nice and patient. Also, she helps us with all our work, and she's the reason I love history so much. Her smile can cheer you up in a minute. Make sure you keep recommending your teachers for Teacher Tuesday. The form can be found on the DHMS website or the Student Information Canvas course. VJIS will be meeting this Thursday during lunch. All course request forms are due this week on Thursday, February 17th. Attention all students. Do you like bikes? Would you like to build your own bike and get to keep it for free? Phoenix Bikes chose our school for a second round of bike club this year, and Miss Scruggs just got a few openings. Please see her in room 111 or send her a message in Canvas for more information. It's Kindness Week across the state of Virginia. Let's all use this opportunity to be extra kind to our classmates, teachers, family, and community members this week. Students across the state are being challenged to practice at least one random act of kindness by the end of the week. Remember that kindness is contagious, and even a small act of kindness can make our school and community a more welcoming place for everyone. That's all for this week.
Hi, Dorothy Ham, and welcome to this week's World News. The Super Bowl was last Sunday, and it was the Los Angeles Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Los Angeles Rams won 23-20. Please scan this QR code to vote on your favorite commercial. In the Olympics, a lot of countries have medals. Germany has the most gold medals, Norway has the most medals total, and the United States is in third place. Then the Netherlands, then Sweden, then Austria, then China, then the Russian Olympic Committee, then Italy, and then Japan. Thanks for watching this week's World News. See you next time.
Hello there, DHMS. In honor of Black History Month, I'll be talking about a local Arlington neighborhood that has an incredible amount of African American history steeped within its streets. Green Valley. Green Valley is one of many neighborhoods in South Arlington. It's right near Arlington County's border with the city of Alexandria, just north of Shirlington and Fairlington and south of the Army-Navy Country Club. In the early 1800s, a man named Gustavus Brown Alexander owned much of Green Valley's land. Several black families started purchasing property in the area, including Levi and Sarah Ann Jones, the first African Americans to own property there. The area was first given the moniker Green Valley in 1821, when a plantation owner, Anthony Fraser, built a mansion on his property named the Green Valley Manor. The mansion stood at the intersection of present-day 23rd Street and Arlington Ridge Road. During the Civil War, the neighborhood was home to a convalescent camp on the site of what is now Army-Navy Country Club. The neighborhood gradually started to change after the Civil War, when a man named John D. Knox Jr., a former Confederate Army soldier, bought and developed several acres of land there. Green Valley became known as Knox in 1876 after him. The name Knox is still used today, but usually only on maps. Between 1880 and 1900, Knox Jr. had sold lots of land and property in Green Valley to families, primarily African American ones. Some of these families were coming from forced eviction out of Freedman's Village, a nearby community of freed slaves established on the former grounds of the Lee Custis plantation. The growing population of Green Valley had a small wrench thrown into it in the form of the Virginia State Constitution, which was adopted in 1902. It discriminated against African Americans by segregating them even more than was commonplace at the time. But that didn't stop the boom. If anything, it made the population grow even more, with African American businesses, schools, and churches being established in the community as a direct result of the ironclad Jim Crow laws of the era. Among them are the Green Valley Pharmacy, owned by a black man named Leonard Doc Muse. Upon graduating from the Howard University School of Pharmacy, he was shocked to learn that Arlington County had no pharmacies that would even allow African Americans to come into their stores. They had to pick up their prescriptions through the back door. So he and a fellow business partner created one serving Arlington's African American community. The Dr. Roland Bruner House. Roland Bruner, a graduate of Howard University's College of Medicine, moved to Green Valley in 1934 and opened a private practice in his home. His area of expertise was in obstetrics, which meant that black mothers could have their babies delivered in Arlington instead of having to cross the river into D.C. The Kemper School. In 1876, the Kemper School was created to better serve African American children living in the area. It was the second school for African American students, the first being a school in Freedman's Village. And Drew Elementary School. This school was originally created as a sort of satellite campus of the Kemper School known as the Kemper Annex in 1944 to help manage overcrowding. Even with the special campus, the building still faced major overcrowding. To remedy this, an addition for the annex was constructed, and the new building was named Dr. Charles R. Drew Elementary, after an accomplished African-American surgeon. It's at the same site that the Drew building nowadays stands. Well, that's it.
Good morning, I'm Matthew Mercer, a student here at the HMS. Today I would like to share with you some of Arlington's Black history. Alfred Clark, my great-grandfather, was the first black paid fireman at Station 8. In 1957, he became the first African-American fire captain in the county. When the station became integrated in the 1960s, white firefighters said and wrote on the board that they would not serve under a black man. Station 8 only served the Hallsville community and was on the front line for the civil rights movement. Lillian Brown, my great-grandfather's sister and my great-aunt, was a civil rights activist and community leader. The Langston Brown Community Center is partially named after her, and in the late 70s, it opened its doors after a tremendous community struggle to keep the center in Highview Park. It was a pleasure to share a piece of my family's history with you, one that I am proud of. Thank you.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my Valentine's Day Cupcakes. I started by adding in my dry ingredients, which were flour, sugar, baking soda, and baking powder. Then I mixed together my dry ingredients, which was butter, 3 egg yolks, then I mixed together the melted butter and the egg yolks. Then I added in vanilla extract and sour cream. Then I added milk in and mixed it all together. Then I mixed the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients together. Then I added in some dye to make the cake batter pink. Then I put the cake liners in the pan. And then I added in aluminum foil to make them into heart shapes for the cupcakes. I added the batter into all of the molds. And then I filled them all up and put them into the oven. Then, with the leftover dough, I filled up another pan for something else. After I put everything into the oven and cooked it all, I started making the frosting. The frosting is butter, powdered sugar, a little bit of salt, vanilla extract, and milk. With the extra cake from earlier, I mixed in frosting to make cake pops. And this is what the final product looked like. Thank you for watching!